Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and this resonates, hit the subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. You will have to accept my apologies about the light situation. Unfortunately, the natural light that we have here today is just not cutting it because the weather is so bad. So unfortunately, you'll have to bear with me on that front. But the categories are still the same. There's nothing different. With that said, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So this week, for your key to the week, we've run out of keys as to the month because of the way that the months are straddled the weeks are straddled this month. So your key to the week this week is the Death card. Interesting that you should get this card because it's come up for you guys a few times in the last few weeks, and this effectively tells me that there is a lot of change going on for you guys, but it's a lot of self-directed change. Now, I feel like a lot of this for you guys is on a very deep fundamental level. Whenever I see the Death card as well, because it's ruled by Scorpio, very often this is about you getting really real with yourself about what you actually want. It's about making choices and decisions based on what no longer has space in your life, or what you're no longer willing or even able to give time, energy, resources, or anything really to anymore. It's about allowing something to perish. And remember, with the Death card, sometimes this shows up to remind you that something needs to end, something needs to come to a completion or a culmination. And very often, if you make that choice, if you make the conscious decision to let something go when the Death card shows up, it means that you avoid the Tower situation at a later date, right? Sometimes as well, when you see the Death card, it's the herald of a decision that's already been made as well. Like it's an interesting one in general. For your actions and interactions with the world at large, let's have a look, see. This week you get the 9 of Cups, right? So this is about, I mean, literally, yours is like one of the signs of truth. Between you and Aquarius, you guys kind of have the monopoly on truth, I would say. I'm probably getting into trouble for saying that, but as an example. But this week, this is about you speaking your truth. It's about you being in your true authenticity, and it's about really following what feels right for you, what feels true in your heart of hearts. This is about you really focusing yourself on what your wishes, your goals, and your desires truly are. This is going to see you being very honest and very vocal about them. This is about you seeking to have a better experience of life by being true to who you are. This is about real self-expression, but from a heart space level. So this isn't like, I'm going to be true to myself, like, you charge in like that sort of truth warrior. This is about literally and actively and consciously living in a way, speaking in a way, acting in a way that is truly not only authentic to who you are, but also that is in your own best interest. This isn't about being selfish. It's about leading by example. It's about saying, right, you know what? These are the things that I feel like are, where I should be putting my time, my energy, my resources. And this is what I have to do in order to be true to myself. And when you do that, you give other people the permission to do that for themselves as well. This week, I will say this, it may be that by following your true goals, dreams, hopes, and ambitions, this week you might find yourself on the outs with colleagues, with, especially if you work for a company. Maybe some of what you do or some of what you decide isn't going to make sense to others, but it's important that you make those decisions regardless. For your communications and conversations, you've got the 10 of Swords. This week, I'm really sorry to say, but you will be hearing of a passing. You will be hearing of a completion or an end. And the reason I know that this is a physical passing, and I'm really sorry to say this, I know everybody, I mean, I dislike talking about death, I really do, but I know what I'm seeing when I see it in my cards. I've done enough readings over my lifetime, over just my professional career, You know, and I put that in air quotes. I know what I'm seeing. I know, you know, and I hate to see it, but I know what I'm seeing when I see it in my cards. The Death card coupled with the Ten of Swords, that is real. That's physical, true death. And this week, I don't think it's necessarily going to be somebody that you're close to, but it is you hearing of a death. Now, the interesting thing is, it looks like this person may have been on a healing journey. It might be somebody that had previously had something life-threatening. You know, they got better, they got the all clear, and then they got, you know, they went into, you know, they came out of remission and then it went back in. It could be that kind of energy. This is you hearing of a passing. This is somebody that's going to maybe phone call, email, you know, somebody that's going to get in touch and say, you know, I just wanted to let you know that so-and-so has passed. It may be, because you've got the Nine of Cups there as like a blessing sort of energy. If this is somebody that you really want to say goodbye to, it may be that you have the chance or the opportunity, like you catch it just in time for you to say goodbye. But like I said, I don't feel like this is close to you, like immediate family, but it will be somebody that you care about. Now, on the other side of this, it could be this week that you're having some sort of really challenging conversation. It may be that you find yourself at odds with somebody else. It could be a boss, a colleague, a friend, maybe even a significant other for a select few of you. There could be something that, you know, the Ten of Swords very often sees sometimes a bit of an explosive situation. So this is just something I want you guys to be aware of. For your money and materials, you have the Two of Swords. Interesting that this card would come up here. Remember, the two of Swords can often be about choices and decisions that need to be made. When it comes to your finances, this is you deciding to let something go or release something, or for a select few of you, this could be you deciding to spend money on something that you feel like is a worthy cause or a worthy pursuit. Now, this could be anything from something charitable right through to something that you know you have wanted or needed for some time but never really put your hand in your pocket to do. Just remember that Mercury and Mars are still retrograde, so you want to be aware of that energy. For the other part of this as well, when it comes to your physical health and vitality, look at this. You've got it right underneath the Nine of Cups. Your health is actually very strong. And I feel like it's going to continue to be that. You've got the Two of Swords here coming off the back of that Ten of Swords, so that backs it up for me. I think you will be hearing of a passing this week, and it may be something that affects you on an emotional level, but it won't be something that affects you on a physical level. When it comes to your home and environment, this could literally just be you finally having a moment to enjoy your space, finally having a moment to say, right, how can I incorporate more harmony and balance into my home life? When it comes to your love and relations, you have the Strength card. For those of you that are single, I mean, it falls right underneath the Ten of Swords. So for some of you, the person that's passing could be somebody that was once very prominent in your life. It could be somebody that's extended family. It could be an ex-partner. It could be an old friend, you know, something of that nature. It comes close, but not immediate family close. And interestingly enough, because it's in this deck, the Strength card is called the Crone. So this suggests that it's going to be somebody that is older than you, and possibly somebody that is already in the winter of their lives. I wish I could give you, you know, easier news. For those of you that are single, I mean, this is going to see you getting really real with yourself. I think whatever news it is that's coming in about somebody's passing could make you start to really consider what you're doing with your life. You know, if you do want to be partnered, if you are looking for a relationship, it could see you really prioritizing what's important to you now. For those of you that are partnered or in relationships, it looks like your partner is going to be a source of love, contentment, and support there. Even with the challenges that you guys might be facing together, this could be a week where your partner is providing that support for you. And my advice would be to be open to that. All right. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. I'm sorry that I had to give you such challenging news this week. I wish I could give you something easier. But I believe in saying what I see. It's how I was taught by one of my ultimate favorite mentors, and I love her to bits wherever she might be. All right, so with that said, take care, and I'll speak to you soon.